Ever pondered about the rhythm of life, the ebb and flow of existence? If there's a way to harmonize with that rhythm effortlessly. Welcome to the world of Taoism and the concept of Wu Wei. Dive with me into the depths of Taoism, an ancient philosophy that has its roots nestled deep within the heart of China. Flourishing over 2,000 years ago, Taoism is more than a mere philosophy. It's a way of perceiving, understanding, and living life. At its core, it seeks harmony and balance, embracing the natural flow of the universe, the Tao. Now you may be wondering, what is this Tao? Well, it's not something you can easily define, for it is everything and nothing, the seen and the unseen, the beginning and the end. It's the cosmic energy that flows through all things, connecting us to the world and to each other. Within the sphere of Taoism, there's a powerful concept known as Wu Wei, which translates to non-action or effortless action. But don't be misled. It's not about laziness or inactivity. Rather, it's about aligning our actions with the flow of life, making every move in sync with the rhythm of the universe. It's about not forcing, not resisting, but harmonizing. A leaf floating on a river. The leaf doesn't struggle against the current. It doesn't try to control the river. Instead, it allows itself to be carried by the flow. That's Wu Wei. It's when we stop fighting the current of life and start flowing with it. But why is Wu Wei important? Because it teaches us to let go of our need to control, our attachment to outcomes. It encourages us to trust the process, to trust life. It's the art of living effortlessly, in harmony with the Tao. So what does this mean for us? How can we embrace Wu Wei in our lives? Well, that's a journey we'll embark on together, exploring how to release attachments, let go, and truly flow with life. In the grand scheme of life, Taoism and Wu Wei guide us to a path of effortless living, a path of going with the flow. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack up a steep hill. That's what attachment feels like. It's a burden that can weigh us down. Attachment, in its simplest form, is a strong emotional bond or tie to something or someone. It's a universal experience, something we've all felt to varying degrees. The roots of attachment can be traced back to our earliest experiences. As infants, we attach to our caregivers for survival, and as we grow, these attachments expand to include friendships, romantic relationships, and even material possessions. Yet, while attachment in its healthy form can foster connection and growth, it can also morph into a heavy burden. Think of it as adding rocks to your backpack as you climb that hill. Each rock represents an attachment, and the more you add, the heavier your load becomes. It's not just a physical weight, but an emotional and spiritual one that can leave us feeling drained and disconnected from our true selves. In the context of Taoism and the concept of Wu Wei, or non-action, attachment is seen as a hindrance. It's like trying to swim upstream against the current. It's exhausting, and it goes against the natural flow of life. Taoism teaches us that life is a river, ever flowing and ever changing. When we attach ourselves rigidly to people, outcomes, or material possessions, we resist this natural flow. We try to control the uncontrollable, and in doing so, we create suffering for ourselves. Wu Wei, the principle of effortless action, encourages us to let go of this need for control. It invites us to trust in the natural order of things and to move with the current, not against it. But our attachments can make this difficult. They keep us anchored to the shore, unable to embark on the journey downstream. They cloud our judgment, fill us with fear, and rob us of the freedom to flow with life's currents. It's important to remember, however, that attachment is not inherently bad. It's a part of the human experience. It's when our attachments become unhealthy, when they start to control us instead of us controlling them, that they become a problem. It's when we cling so tightly to these attachments that we lose sight of ourselves and our path. The path to effortless living, as taught by Taoism, involves recognizing these attachments and learning to let them go. It's about finding balance, about knowing when to hold on and when to let go. It's about understanding that the tighter we cling to something, the more it controls us. It's about learning to open our hands and release the weight we've been carrying. As Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, once said, "To hold, you must first open your hand. Let go. Have you ever experienced the liberating sensation of releasing a balloon into the sky? That's the freedom of letting go. Picture yourself holding onto a helium balloon. You're tightly gripping the string, your knuckles white with the strain of keeping it tethered. The balloon pulls upwards, yearning to break free, yet you resist, holding on for dear life. But why? What are you truly afraid of? The balloon drifting away, or the emptiness you'll feel once it's gone? Now imagine releasing the balloon. Feel the string slip through your fingers as you let go, and watch as the balloon ascends into the boundless sky. That's the freedom of letting go, my friends. It's not about the loss of the balloon, but the release of the strain, the burden, the attachment. This is a central tenet of Taoism and the concept of Wu Wei, or non-action. It's not about inaction, but rather about taking action without force, without struggle. It's about allowing things to take their natural course, to flow like a river, unobstructed by the rocks of resistance and attachment. In our daily lives, we cling to things, people, ideas and expectations. We hold on to them as if they define us, as if without them we'd be incomplete. But herein lies the paradox. The more we cling, the more we suffer. The tighter we grip, the more we suffocate the very things we're desperate to hold on to. Letting go isn't about losing. It's about gaining freedom, peace, and aligning with the flow of life. It's about understanding that change is the only constant, and that by resisting change, we're resisting life itself. So release your grip. Let go of the balloon. Watch as it drifts into the sky, unburdened and free. Feel the tension melt away from your hand, from your heart. Embrace the emptiness, for it is not a void, but a space filled with infinite possibilities. Letting go isn't about losing. It's about gaining freedom, peace, and aligning with the flow of life. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let's explore the steps toward the path of letting go. Pause for a moment and consider the attachments that weigh you down. It might be a past regret, a future worry, a relationship, a material possession, or even a self-image. Now imagine a life free from these burdens, a life of tranquility and effortless ease. That is the power of letting go. But how does one start this journey? Here are some practical steps to begin your voyage towards release. Firstly, recognize your attachment. This step forms the foundation of your journey. Identify the things or thoughts you are holding on to. Are they serving you positively, or are they causing you pain or distress? It's essential to be honest with yourself during this stage. Secondly, understand why you are attached. Are you finding comfort in familiarity or fear in the unknown? Are you trying to control outcomes? Gaining clarity about your reasons for attachment helps you to see the situation more objectively. Next, allow yourself to feel. It's okay to feel pain, to feel sadness, to feel loss. These feelings are part of the human experience. By acknowledging them, you give yourself permission to heal. It's like cleaning a wound. It might hurt initially, but it's the first step towards recovery. Fourthly, practice acceptance. Accepting doesn't mean resigning yourself to a life of unhappiness. It means acknowledging the reality of the situation, without trying to change or control it. It's about understanding that life is not always within our control, and that's okay. Fifthly, cultivate gratitude. Even in the most challenging situations, there's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude helps you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from what you lack to what you have. It's a powerful tool in the process of letting go. The sixth step is to replace your attachment with something positive. If you're attached to a past relationship, for instance, try focusing on the lessons you've learned from it or the growth you've experienced. This helps to reduce the power the attachment has over you. Seventh, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Don't dwell on the past or worry about the future. When you're fully present, you're not attached to anything. You're simply experiencing life as it unfolds. Finally, be patient with yourself. Letting go is a process, not an event. It takes time and practice. Don't rush yourself or judge your progress. Instead, celebrate every small victory along the way. In the words of the Tao Te Ching, in the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. So start today. Drop a worry, a regret, a grudge, or a fear. Even if it's just for a moment, experience the freedom that comes with letting go. You'll find that, with each step, the burden lightens and the path becomes clearer. And gradually, you'll discover the beauty of living in the rhythm of life, free from the chains of attachment. Remember, the journey of letting go is not a race, but a gentle walk towards inner peace. Imagine yourself as a leaf floating on a river, going wherever the current takes you. That's embracing the flow of life. Now, let's delve deeper into this concept. Letting go is not just about releasing burdens or attachments. It's the opening act, the first step towards embracing the flow of life. It's about aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm of the universe, the Tao, and allowing it to guide us. As we release our grip on control, outcomes, and expectations, we create space for the Tao to move freely within us. We become like a leaf on the river, trusting and moving with the current, not against it. This is not passivity, but rather a harmonious coexistence with life's natural ebb and flow. When we let go, we experience transformation. Our perspective shifts from seeking to control our world to accepting and flowing with it. The need for constant effort diminishes, replaced by a sense of ease and grace. We become more flexible, more adaptable, more open to life's surprises. The benefits are far-reaching. Embracing life's flow brings peace of mind. It reduces stress and anxiety, as we're no longer fighting against the current. We become more present, more aware, and more engaged with life, experiencing each moment in its fullness. And as we align ourselves with the Tao, we discover a profound sense of connectedness. We realize that we're not separate entities struggling against the world, but integral parts of a larger whole. We're part of the river, part of the flow, and in this realization we find a deep sense of peace and contentment. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of embracing life's flow is the transformation it brings to our lives. We start to see the world not as a battlefield, but as a dance floor where we move gracefully with the rhythm of life. Our interactions become more harmonious, our decisions more intuitive, and our lives more fulfilling. As you embrace life's flow, you'll find yourself living with ease, grace, and a profound sense of peace. We've journeyed through the Tao, explored the concept of Wu Wei, understood the burden of attachment, and discovered the freedom of letting go. Now, we stand at the threshold of effortless living. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key elements we've uncovered on this journey. The Tao, this underlying essence of the universe, calls us to live in harmony with nature and our own nature. It's not about striving or forcing, but rather about allowing, accepting, and flowing. We've delved into the concept of Wu Wei, non-action, which isn't about inaction, but about action that is so perfectly in tune with the moment that it seems effortless. It's about embracing the current of life rather than swimming against it. This is the essence of effortless living. We've also understood the weight of attachment, the way it binds us and restricts our freedom. The possessions we own, the relationships we're in, the self-image we maintain, they all can become chains if we let them define us. But we've learned that there's an alternative, the freedom of letting go. Letting go is not about losing or giving up, but about releasing the tight grip of control and surrendering to the flow of life. It's about clearing the clutter, both material and emotional, to make space for new experiences, for growth, for life itself. Practical steps to release have been shared, steps that can guide us on this path of letting go. These aren't rigid rules, but gentle nudges guiding us towards a life of less resistance and more flow. And finally, we've learned to embrace life's flow, to be present in the moment, to dance with life rather than trying to lead it. This is the ultimate goal of Taoism and Wu Wei. In the end, it's about living effortlessly, in harmony with the Tao, the natural flow of life. And remember, the journey is as beautiful as the destination.